All right, y'all. We're getting ready for hot tea time. I want y'all to tune in on tonight. We're getting ready. Whew. Got a lot to cover. Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute. Let me go. We are live. We are live. We are live. Let me make sure that we're public. Yep, we got to make it public. There we go. All right, y'all, come on in. We're live tonight. I'm on time. It's 7:01, and I'm here. I'm on time tonight. So I'm gonna wait for y'all to come on in so we can get started real quick. Oh Lord. Say the news didn't report the 5 Memphis children died of drug overdose. Someone was at the party passing pills for friends and many. Oh, so we're gonna start off with this one, y'all. The news didn't report that there was 5 Memphis children that died of drug overdose. Somewhere, someone was passing out pills. A friend of my niece died. Oh my God, a friend of my niece died. Sorry to hear that. Yep, car wash. A friend of his niece has passed away from that party. Um, yeah, we got to have these conversations with our kids about uh, these parties and these pills and the gummies and different candies and things. Yeah, because our kids are quick to thinking they gummy worms and gummy bears and different stuff, and they just pop them in their mouth. Kim, what's going on? I still want my food, Kim. Kim, I want my food. I want my food. You didn't call me last night. You got to call in. We got to talk. Okay. I got some questions. I'm trying to wait for some people to come in, but I'm waiting for some people to come in. But yeah, we got to talk to our kids, y'all. And we got 30 days to summer. I'm not counting the weekends, but we got 30 days to summer. Y'all need to have these conversations with your kids about taking candy and different stuff from people because they it's not right. It's not right, y'all. We got to do something about that. Y'all come on in. Let's talk about it. Let me tell the people come on in. Let me tell them come on in, y'all. Come on in. What I supposed to write in here? I'm trying to get the people in, y'all, so we can see what's going on. Y'all, we got some hot gossip to talk about on today. We got to talk about it, and I need y'all to respond and talk back to me. What's up, Erica? I love you. Mwah. What's going on, darling? Y'all talk to me now, Erica. If you want to call in, talk to me now. We got to talk about this stuff. Y'all come on, talk about it. Come on, y'all. Y'all coming in and going out. Y'all coming in and going out. Come on, stay on in here. Let's talk about it. I got some stuff to talk about. I'm gonna get started anyway. I'm finna get started, so we won't run out of time. Cause we get to talking about it, we run out of time. Kim, I'm gonna need your help tonight. You got to come on in for me, okay? So come on in, Kim. Once I get this up, Viva, what's going on? Viva and tuned in. Viva, I might need you tonight, so you might have to call in and talk to me, okay? All right. All right, now y'all, come on. I'm waiting on the people to come on in. Come on in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We got this relationship question. Y'all talk to me about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. My sinus is a little draining back in here. So, in a relationship, you need to learn that your actions do affect your relationship. So, be careful what you say and do. It's not always about you. So, I need y'all to talk back to me and tell me what's your take on this. I'm going to read it again. In a relationship, you need to learn that your actions do not affect, I mean, in a relationship, you need to learn that your actions do affect your relationship. So be careful what you say and do. It's not always about you. Okay, so now I need y'all to tell me before I get started on telling y'all how I feel about that statement. So if somebody want to call in, I can start off. Or if y'all want me, Terry, what's going on? How you doing, Terry? How you doing, Marcellus? How you doing, Jeremy? Y'all come on and talk to me now. And all my people on YouTube, y'all come on talk to me now. If you text me or you can call in at 901-643-0700. Tell me, y'all come on tune in and tell me what y'all think about this statement. Eileen, come on, Eileen. What's going on, Auntie Eileen? How that baby doing? You got to tell me how the baby doing. The number, Terry, is 901-643-0700. That's the number. So I'm going to start off by saying, in a heated argument, you start off and you say things that you don't mean. You don't mean. And it's Chris, what's going on? I need you to listen. Let me read this question again. Thank you, Kim, for putting the number in the inbox. Thank you, Kim. Okay, I'm gonna read the question. I'm gonna read the statement again, and I want y'all to call me and talk to me about it. Okay, in a relationship, you need to learn that your actions do affect your relationship. So be careful what you say and do. It's not always about you. It is always not about you. So, with that being said, when you're in a heated argument and you say things that you say you don't mean, but your partner, your wife, your husband get a phone call, an inbox, and saying some of the things, some of the things that was you said came back to them in an inbox or a phone call. How do you handle that? Dog, what's going on? I got a call. Like it's spam though. It look like a spam call. Let me see. Hello. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Terry,
Oh, same old, same old.
I don't know why you coming up spam.
Ain't no telling. This is my landline. I hardly ever use it.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you called in on tonight.
Yes.
So, so we got to talk about it. Come on, give me your input on this relationship statement.
Your actions definitely have a big part to play in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do affects, the person you're with, but what you say sometimes can cut deeper than you intended. I heard you say something about in the heat of an argument, you will say something and you probably really don't mean it.
Uh-huh.
That's true, because I'm a word assassin.
Right.
I will say something that I know is hurtful to a person just to cut them in that moment.
Right.
And then it's like you can't unring a bell. Once you say it, you got to own it.
Right. That's
So
true.
it definitely plays a huge part in your relationship. So you have to, even though sometimes you want to say something that you know that's going to get you that little win for the moment, you got to swallow it and hold that in because you can't take it back.
Yeah, it can't come back. That is true. That is so true. That is really true. But to add to that, sometimes we have to think before we react. You know, a lot of times we don't think before we react, and we react first before we think about it, and it's too late. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, those knee-jerk reactions
Yeah,
cost you a lot, too.
they cost you a lot because sometimes when that's just like stabbing somebody. If you stab them and they bleed, you can't, that's a bandage that you could put on. But sometimes if it's deep enough, if the cut is deep enough, you can still bleed through the bandage. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And you stab them, they bleed, they gonna heal, but they gonna have that scar.
They still will have that scar.
Can't take
Yes.
it back. They might try to forgive and forget, but sometimes that's hard. You can try your hardest to say, I'm gonna forgive this person.
Right.
But inside, it's not that easy to forgive somebody for saying or doing something to you in the heat of a moment.
Right.
Even as hard as you try, you probably still look at them sideways at certain times.
Right. And then and sometimes the band-aid is still don't help the trust issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you cut deep enough, you're not going to. I mean, you'll never be able to trust again. So
Right.
it kind of leave the wound kind of open. You get what I'm saying? Even though no matter how you get it sewed up or whatever, the wound is still yet open.
It'll scab over, and something you do or say will pick at that scab, and it'll start right back to bleed.
That's right.
It's times when you argue with somebody and they say, you always bringing up old stuff. Man, that's old stuff. Yeah, but that's still an open wound for that person.
That's still an open wound for that person, so they never heal from that because you never was able to come back from that situation. So
Right,
yeah, okay, I quite get that. Okay, well we're gonna see if anybody else want to come in, stay online because we got some more hot gospel that we need to talk about. Okay, we got to talk about it. Okay, thank you, Terry, for coming in tonight.
Oh, you're very welcome.
All righty. Okay. Okay. Marcella said he's going to set this right here. First of all, I'm just going to set this right here. But a relationship evolved to not only goes off one person's actions, cause what made that person make that action, and on other note, someone else should be able to tell you anything about No, that's not true because if the wound is open and you said it and it was reconfirmed, if it was confirmed, then that's a problem. Yeah, it was called back. If it was called back, it was a problem. Trent, what's going on, doctor? How you doing? All right. Anybody else want to comment? 901-643-0700. The number again is 901-643-0700. If you want to call in, before we move on, let's go ahead and call in. I'm leaving it open. All right. All right. So we're going to move on because I guess Terry didn't, she took care of that. Thank you, Terry. Okay. So, what time your podcast start? Somebody said what time it starts. It starts at 7 o'clock. We start at 7. 7. Um, I'm on now. Why you asking what time it start? Go to my page, you'll see me. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. All right. Okay, they're going to tune in. However, let's move on, y'all. So, are you the friend that is always needed, or are you the friend that's always needy? How does that work? How do you make that work? Let's say it again. Are you the friend that is always needed, or are you the friend that is needy? How do you make that friendship work? Mark said he needed. You know what? I'm going to say needed too. I'm always needed. What's going on, Quita? Quita, I'm going to need you back on the couch. Y'all see my couch been here, but I'm going to have to get some people on my couch. What's going on? So y'all, we got to talk about it. So what? Let's ask it again. Are you the friend that's always needed, or are you the friend that's needy? How do you make that work? Let me borrow $40 people. Definitely needed and don't want needy. Okay, you're right. I think I'm the one that's needed. Majority of the time, I'm always needed. So, with that being said, how do we make the friendship? How can you balance that friendship? Because when a person is always needed or needy, how do you balance that friendship? Terry says she hate to ask people for anything, but she tried to be there for everybody, for others. That's true. And that's me. And Chris, I do have to agree with you. You finally do lose them when you start to finally say no, because a lot of times, uh, friendships kind of people kind of distance themselves when you start to tell them no, when they always needing you. And when the fact that's facts. When you it could get crazy when they always constantly calling needing you. And when you start to say you don't have, and they feel that you always have it. So it may not be that you don't have it. You don't have it. You just don't have it for them. You get what I'm saying? So at that point, when you don't have it for them, it becomes a problem because you say you don't have it. So at that point, you can take care of your family or whatever. People don't care what you got to do at your house, long as you are able to help them. When you're able to help them constantly, it's okay. But when you finally say enough is enough, then it becomes a problem. So how do you balance that, y'all? Is it a balance, or do you cut them loose, or do you what do you do? Nobody saying nothing. There's crickets in the room. Come on, y'all, talk to me. Somebody call in. Don't make me call you. You can't balance it either. You say enough is enough. You get used. You're getting used. Okay, Viva, I have to go with that. You know those friends that are taking advantage versus those that are genuinely needing you. Hello. I'm good. I'm good. Just come on in. Come on in.
Now, I hate to ask people for anything because I know everybody got their own struggle. So if I ask you for something, I really and truly need it.
Right.
But you best believe I'm gonna give it back. I'm gonna pay you back, or I'm gonna, make it right with you eventually. You got some people that, give me $40. You give them $40, you'll never hear from them again. If they the first person you see out doing something, even though you ain't
They
got
outside,
that
huh?
$40 back.
They outside. They enjoying themselves,
Right, they
huh?
outside, they doing what they doing.
Right.
Even if you let it slide, it's like, okay. They still gonna come back later on down the line, and you gotta decide for yourself. I'm not gonna just be a doormat. I'm not just gonna let this person walk all over me.
Right.
But sometimes when you say no, they have the audacity to get mad and be like, like you did them wrong.
Right.
They still owe you their first 40.
Right. Right.
You have to determine, is this friendship worth it? I know this person is using me, or should I bring it up to them or start an argument? You have to really weigh the pros and the cons of if this person is
for me,
always needy.
Yeah. Or they for me.
Be the one they run to.
Right. That's
You
okay.
gotta watch that.
Okay.
Because it's easy for somebody to take advantage of you when they know you got a good heart.
Yeah, I can agree. I have to agree with that. I can't fight with that. That's a true statement. And my whole thing is at this point, people, it's time to be genuine when you really in need. That's when you need to ask, because at this point, friendships are really hard to come by because people are not genuine like they used to be. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's people that I could call on, but I won't call them if I don't really need it. If I can go without, I'm not calling nobody. You get what I'm saying? That's yeah. I'm not gonna call you if I can genuinely go without until I get paid again. I'm going to I'm gonna do that.
But you got people, around that can be around you.
Mm-hmm.
They can see you doing good, and they just feel like I need to get I need to get some of that. And you don't even have to be doing good. You just don't be showing your struggle.
Right.
If they don't see your struggle, they feel like, you can be their come up.
Right. Yeah.
Or they crutch or something.
Yeah.
And there's people out here who really think like that. Just because you got something, I deserve a piece of it.
I deserve I deserve it. Or
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I could
So
see
you
that.
have to watch out for those people.
Okay, so it's genuinely being used.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go on to mental health, and we all have dealt with people like this. Um, these are statements that friend circles, families, um, even on jobs. These are statements that we normally make on these jobs and friend circles and um, you know at church, in place. That's just them. That's a statement that we make for people. Um, and another one, when you first meet them, they just bitchy. You know, those are the kind of statements. So why are we to accept that from different people? Why do we accept that? You hear me?
What? Why do we accept?
Yeah, those
Mental
statements.
health?
Those statements. Why do we accept those statements? Like just imagine it's your what we'll say is your cousin. She just act like that. That's just the way she act. Or that's the way he act. And we just supposed to sit there and accept that. Why do we accept that type of stuff?
Most of the time, it's because of the people you are in the group with. They'll make excuses for that other person, and they'll be enabling them to get away with things
With
and
certain
not
stuff that
address the issue.
right, okay. Yeah.
They make excuses rather than handling why they act that way. They'll say, "Oh, don't worry about it. They just act that way."
Mhm.
Well, they need some help. You should reach out and help them. But people would rather just, oh, just ignore it. That's how they are, and it's easier to avoid actually discovering what the underlying problem is if you just accept that that's just the way a person is,
Right.
or sweep it under the rug and let them behave in a manner that you know they shouldn't be behaving in.
Right. And I think at this point, at this day and time, we're gonna have to stop making those statements for people and really call them out on they bullshit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this time, I can't make excuses for Aunt Agnes and Aunt Ella and all them. You can't make excuses for them. Auntie, look, if you gonna act like that, don't come. You know what I'm saying? We have to make people accountable for their actions and the way that they act around others. You get what I'm saying? Everybody shouldn't have to accept that the way you act and how you gonna act at my function. I gotta turn my function out because we already know who gonna act a fool at the party or at the cookout. You know what I'm saying? So you had a conversation with them before they even get there, and you shouldn't have that problem. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It does, because you got some people that won't come around if they know a certain person gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to cut so and so out if she coming, so I'm not even gonna bother to show up.
Does that make
So
sense?
if you are impacting my guest list, I need to take you off my list.
Right.
I'm not gonna invite somebody I know that's gonna make it uncomfortable for the rest of us. And then you do that, you have somebody else trying to shame you. Oh, you know you need your own fight in. Oh, Will Earl, he ain't gonna hurt nobody. Y'all just leave him alone. Knowing Will Earl gonna act a fool.
Right.
Cut up. Gonna say the first thing come to his mind.
Yeah. So we really and truly have to. We need to stop it in the beginning.
Yeah, it's hard to address. I mean, I guess it's something that's just woven into society to keep things under wraps or not to address certain mental issues because we have it in our past and we weren't taught that way when we were younger. Just, let crazy be crazy in the corner
Right.
instead of fixing why crazy is so crazy.
Yeah. So now.
That can fall down into family secrets or
Right.
trauma people don't want to
Right. Right. So now we have to address those issues.
We do.
So now we have to address those issues. Okay, so Kim says she their friend.
Who all over there?
Right, who all over there? That is her. Who all coming? She gonna ask who all coming so she get there. That's what Kim gonna ask. Yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, we have to. Those are issues that we do need to address, y'all. So y'all, come on, y'all. We got to start addressing those. Those are some of the mental health issues that we really need to address at our family functions and cookouts. If you know they're gonna act up, go on and address it before they get there, so we could all have a good time. Cause I'm tired of going and we're having a potluck and I done spent all my money trying to bring this dish y'all had me to bring, and the damn barbecue get turned out cause people don't know how to act. They done drunk too much beer.
Right. Get that liquid courage in there.
What the? So Viva says she ain't coming. So Viva says she ain't coming. That's right. That's the next statement. So once you find out that person coming that always showing out, then you don't show up. You know what I'm saying? They done drunk all the beer up, so they ain't coming. That's it. They laid out in the floor. You know, so we have to really address some of these issues. So we got to address some of these issues before we get started. Y'all, but we got this local news. We got this stuff going on. I got a call earlier. Well, I got a inbox earlier about a party where 5 kids were giving pills and they all overdosed, and nobody has said anything on the news about this, about them overdosing at this party. And then we got something else about local news about a young lady just ran over a police officer 9 hours ago in her Mustang. Yeah, we got a lot going on in our city right now. And the judge is talking about releasing the 18-year-old that shot the police officer, shot and killed the police officer. Yeah, that's our news. That's what we up against. So our city really need to be praying right now. It's like, why are we doing this? You know, why are we constantly doing this? So the judge saying release of teen in officer shooting. Why release him? I think he need to be there to his court date. 4 officers were shot, and we're gonna put him back out here to do the same thing because he was out here doing. He was doing that before he went to jail, right? He went to jail for the same thing, so we release him back out. No, I don't think that's a good idea. And the lady is charged with hitting a police officer with a Mustang. That's all mental health. Cause we didn't know to be running over or shooting at the police. We in my generation, we don't think like that. No, I hadn't heard anybody in my generation think like that, or I hadn't seen it.
Well, a lot of these young people, they have no filter. They don't see a long-term future for themselves, so they just doing whatever.
Right.
They think they're cartoon characters, like they're gonna get hit and jump back up like Tom and Jerry or something. They don't. It's like they're detached from reality. So I guess that is mental health.
So Catherine said they think they need to arrest the parent.
Yep. A lot of these children have a lot of freedom these days. These folks let these young folk out of the house and do not care where they go.
Right. And what they do and how they handle the situation. So, you know, we gotta do something better. We gotta do something. We gotta pray, y'all. We really got to pray. Because it's sad that we I don't even know what we fighting against. It's just so it's sad.
It is seriously.
Yeah, it's really sad.
And the more kids that's coming out of these public schools that are
Right.
Not only are they mentally scarred, they dumb as hell. And I've seen more young adults.
Chris, you're right. It is 35-year-old grandmama. And Chris says 35-year-old grandmamas.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
35-year-old.
it's 35-year-old grandmamas. That's it. It's sad, y'all.
But you can't teach a child anything.
Right. Yeah. So, with that being said, y'all, I mean, we constantly going through all of this, on the deaths with the police officers. We had one guy shoot the police in the face. We had this one to shoot 4 police officers. And now this girl that ran over the officer. Our kids getting out in 30 days. They're getting out of school in 30 days. Y'all got to please watch your kids. Watch your kids. Find something for them to do. Find something safe for them to do. It's sad, y'all, that we got to.
As far as the kids that found that they got the pills,
Uh-huh.
they all okay? Was all those kids okay?
No, they did. The ones they gave the pills to. Yeah. He inboxed me and told me that. Yeah. He said 5 of the kids were 5 Memphis children died of drug overdose.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
Someone was at the party passing out pills. He didn't tell me the ages of them, but they had to be young if he said kids. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, they had to be kids. And it's sad, and it's not reported. Why we not reporting that?
Right, because I hadn't heard anything about that.
Yeah. It's sad. So, I mean, he know because it was one of his niece's friends that died from the party. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's where we are, y'all. I agree about parents. Yeah, we got to, y'all, just like there was a 17 and 18-year-old, y'all. 17 and 18-year-old out at 2 o'clock in the morning that shot and killed the police officer. Why don't we know where our kids are? If
Just like Trina said, we got to hold these parents accountable.
we got to, and my thing is,
Start making some change.
if I am a parent, a foster parent, and I can parent your child and keep them safe and in the house, why can't you parent your child and keep them safe in the house? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to. We got to, y'all. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know. What do we do at this point? How because the summer is coming, y'all. I'm just scared for some of our kids, some of us. And this past week, on the same day that the guy killed the police officer, young lady got her car broke into. She got a Camaro. They done broken her car with guns and everything, and jumped through the sunroof and still couldn't get it because they just couldn't get it. But you got guns and stuff out on her. I mean, out at the car. Like if she come out, you gonna shoot her or something. And then I got another friend. They done went in her driveway. She don't even drive this car to work. She got a Infiniti. She don't even drive her car to work, and because someone tried to steal it at work. So she don't drive it to work. She drive her other car, and they done went to her house to try to steal it out her driveway with guns. She's seeing them on her Ring camera with guns out. Like if she come out the house, they gonna shoot her. So I mean, what are we living in, y'all? Well, I mean, what are we doing? And these are all kids. stuff that we work hard for, they trying to take it. You get what I'm saying? It's sad. You just don't, I don't know. I don't know how we handle this. This is sad. It's really sad how we're going to address all of this stuff, because it's I don't know. We got 30 days for our kids. How do we support them? How do we protect them?
It's hard when you think about.
Dawn said Kim and her were talking about it yesterday. When Kenny Whalum said, "Bring in the National Guard, all talk and no action." All talk and no action in gun violence. No more meeting and no more talking. Actions is needed. Gun control. I think they need to do something with the gun control, Diane. Even Terry, I think they need to do something with gun control, because at this point, even I'm gonna say this: you can, even putting the mom in jail, you still got these little hoodlums running around. So what we do then? So we put the mamas in jail and the hoodlums still running around. How do we still ain't handled the situation, because they don't care. They don't care either. So I mean, I don't know if that'll be a solution. I think they need to even changing the gun laws now. It ain't gonna help, because they stealing them out of people's cars and stuff like that. So I don't know. At this point, even bringing in the National Guard to make sure they off the street, I think that may help. But how long are they gonna keep them here? You get what I'm saying? Or will they keep them here?
It's a big problem when you're dealing with a bunch of kids who don't have any hope for foreseeable futures for themselves, and they're willing to do whatever. How do you reach a person like that? How do you try to convince that child? We keep saying we need to be accountable and reach out and do something.
Right.
How do you reach that teenager who really just gives gives zero?
Right.
About it. I mean, don't care about nothing. They don't value anything. They don't fear anything, and it's hard to reach somebody like that.
Right. That's true. It's hard to reach them, because, and then my thing is even now, you took prayer out of schools, you took paddling out of schools, but you want to put guns in school. How is that a solution? Where is the solution in that? Now you're gonna have kids and the teachers tussling over guns. So I'm trying to see where the solution come in.
Because these kids don't respect authority, because they have not been disciplined properly.
They don't get disciplined at home, and how you expect them to be disciplined at school?
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't understand how that's gonna work. Teacher go in the restroom and leave the gun on. A police officer did it. Left the gun on the counter, and the kid came and got it. So how do we? How is that a solution to our our problem? I don't see that being a solution. So you didn't have the guns, but I mean that's the same way the 4 police officers got shot. They got shot because these boys had turned their guns into machine guns. So you get what I'm saying? They got Glock switches on them. So with that being said, how do you fight against that? You go into a war with a pistol. How do how did that work? They got you can't make it work, and we can't make it up. It's just
that sounds like a losing battle.
It's a losing battle. We're coming up on a losing battle. So I'm trying to see how I'm able to carry a handgun, and they coming in with an AK-47. So what's the solution to that? So I'm gonna shoot one, about 5 times, and you got a whole round.
Got a full clip. clip.
You got a full clip, and I got 5 rounds. So if I'll get you in them 5, you got me. So I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out in the hallway with about 5 rounds, 5 to 9 rounds. I'm gonna come out in the hallway with you with an AK-47. You can no. I don't want to talk to him. I'm gonna let whoever let whoever sign up. Whoever shall and whoever will go ahead. I won't be one. Because my thing is it's a win-losing situation. Look at the police. Look what happened to them. They trained for this. You get what I'm saying? This is what they trained for. And look what happened. We can't, ain't no way. There's no way around it, y'all. So how do we fix that?
I mean, I hate to say, well, there's a whole generation that we've already lost.
Yeah.
Because you can't reach them. But we got to get back to these younger kids and figure out a way to instill some morals and values into them. Like the young man said earlier, with these 35-year-old grandmothers, there's no grandmama in the house anymore, holding your feet to the fire.
Grandmama trying to go to the club. Grandmama going to the club.
35-year-old, she's still doing her.
Yeah, she going on to the club. She ain't trying to keep no kids. The kids keeping kids.
Yep, the kids raising the kids.
Yeah, the kids raising the kids. Roman noodles raising kids now. That's it. That's what we eating every day. Roman noodles. You eat Roman noodles. Give them some noodles. That's the going thing. Give them some noodles. They go get full off noodles and fix it however. But my whole thing is we got meals when we got home. We was ready to eat. And no, I don't understand. And then we allowing our kids to bring things into our house that we know we didn't pay for. How does that work?
Exactly. Ventar, did you see Chris Harden's statement that there are so many factors of this that parents aren't parenting?
I did see Chris' statement.
I agree with that.
Yes. They're not parenting, Chris, and the teachers don't have passion because their hands tied behind their backs. Because when I have one person in the classroom that's interrupting the class, it take the momentum out of the classroom. I don't want to do this no more because I don't have no support. I send them to the office and they send them right back. There's no consequences. So how do you expect the teacher to keep teaching when she got 5 people in there disrupting her class and you got 4 of them want to learn? How do you keep teaching? How can I hold passion to that? How can you have passion for teaching? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't have how can I have passion? And now it's to the point where teachers are starting to count years. You count years to see how much longer I got to be here. You see what I'm saying? Because I invested so much time into this when I did have the passion to do it. To now I'm waiting for my years to so I can exit. You get what I'm saying? Because at this point, how do we keep on doing the same thing? We constantly keep doing the same thing, but I know that I got to keep dealing with the same stuff every day when I don't have support.
That's what teachers need, the support.
Yeah, so they're going to need support. And we can't get it from the parent. You call the parent ain't parenting. So you can't get it from administration. You can't get it from the parents. Where do you get the support from?
We do need new leadership.
You got to have, it's got to be new leadership because.
And I think it's crazy that they expect y'all to do certain things in the classroom and then they'll put a student in there that they know disrupting.
There's no that's going to disrupt the class and constantly send them back. And the kid going to continue to do the same thing because they know that they're not going to get in trouble for it. So why not?
How is that teaching them accountability? That's not.
It's sad. It's sad.
That seems like a huge policy change from up top needs to be put into place.
Yeah, that's true. It's some kind of policy, but they, And they want all the kids there. You see what I'm saying? They want them all there. Yeah. Yeah, they want them there. They want them there. They want them there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Sums it up. So we got to talk about this last thing, and I know it's gonna take us on out, but I got a problem with O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson dying, and we still talking about him killing somebody. Can we please allow the man to die, and let's talk about his death and his legacy that he left, his kids and his family, and not just talk about him being a murderer.
And the sad thing is, he was acquitted. The man shouldn't even be called.
Right.
Because if he is, he got away with it in a court of law.
Right.
So, and he had a whole career before this. I don't know much about football, but I'm pretty sure that should have been mentioned in some type of way, because the man had trophies and he had records and he had a whole
Right.
legacy before this incident.
Yeah.
If y'all were going to hold him down for it, you should have sent him to jail, but you didn't.
Right. And they didn't. And it's sad, but we constantly got to keep on hearing, instead of us laying him to rest, we got to constantly hear about the death of someone else. We can't put him. That was. I mean, he was a man first, and he didn't get tried for. He got tried for it, and he got off. So why are we continuing to talk about this? This is when I see it on the news or see it on TMZ, I'm like, why we can't put this man to death? Can we not let him lay to rest? You know, why we got to constantly keep on bring up something that he didn't do?
Right.
It was.
The worst thing that happened in his life is the one thing you're going to remember.
You're going to constantly beat in our head to remember him by. You want us to remember him by that. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair to the family, because now it's not fair to him, but the family got to live it when they turn the TV on. You get what I'm saying? They got to constantly keep on living the same situation that they dealt with back then, where they had to go to school, go to work in different places to deal with their father being on trial for it. And now he laid to death and he's still on trial for it. That's not fair.
It's like they're doing it all over again.
Yeah,
Every time this man comes up, y'all going to take him to trial for something.
Yes, he's being tried again. And I don't understand how you being tried at death. You know what I'm saying? Even Jesus forgave, people that sat at the table that betrayed him. But we the people can't forgive somebody for something that they didn't do. You get what I'm saying? So how do we make that right? I'm just saying.
The public is so fickle. I would have never, shared if I knew how the public was going to treat my person, I wouldn't have shared their death. But y'all would have found out 3 months later my dad died.
Right.
I wouldn't have told you nothing, because I know you're going to dog him out, because you've been dogging him out, because you had a vendetta or whatever against him. I knew you weren't going to celebrate him in death, because you didn't celebrate him in life.
Right, because he was acquitted as a black man.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. He was acquitted as a black man. But if it was a white man, just like they let the little boy come here and celebrated him,
had to run him out.
Yeah, they celebrated him after he didn't kill folk at a march. You gave him a platform to speak. He didn't shot people, and you gave him a platform to speak. Shot and killed somebody. So I'm trying to make it make sense. How do you give one person a platform that's known to be a killer, that known to be shot, talking about he was helping?
There's no question that man killed those people.
Right. Not with a shadow of a doubt. It was seen. They knew exactly who did it, and you give him a platform to come and speak on it.
Right.
So
But you couldn't prove in a court of law that this man did anything, but you still dogging him out.
you
every
still
day.
dogged him out.
He dead and gone.
He dead and gone, and he tried as in death. How you trap somebody in death?
Exactly.
I mean, you might as well take the casket into the courtroom if you want to try him again. You know, that's just they just keep on trying him again, and I just see it. And the first thing they say about him, you being acquitted. You know, they're not saying that the family was surrounding him. Only person said that was TMZ, that the family was well surrounding him. He was surrounded by all his kids when he finally closed his eyes or whatever. But in the same token, why do we have to constantly keep on retrying him for the crime that he was acquitted? It was acquitted. I don't get that.
Because they like to take something. If you make a mistake and you're a black man in this country, you're going to pay for it.
Over and over again. Over and over
It's
again.
it's like Chris Brown hit Rihanna yesterday.
Yeah, it is.
You think they was
And
taking our fight?
that's another
They
thing.
hit Chris Brown.
It's another thing when they have places for us to go to churches and different stuff to get our stuff expunged as black people. We got to stand in the line to get ours expunged. But the judge for a white man would do it right there on the spot.
Oh, yes.
So I'm trying to figure out, when you go to court and you beat the case, why can't they go ahead and expunge that off your record at that time, instead of you got to go get in this long line with everybody else and show them that you done beat this case, or it's been on your record for so many years and you need to try to get it expunged, but you got to go stand in line. And how many people you know going to stand in the line to try to get a record expunged off of their record? You know, it's just, I don't know. It just don't make sense. They done wronged us so many times till, you know, wrong is become right, you know. Yeah, and my thing is, just the same way we're talking about the officer, the boy that killed the officers. So you putting them back out here to do the same thing again. You getting ready to put him back out to do the same thing again. So we got to not only look out for him, the other ones that seeing that he got off.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He did and got away. Right. Now you're going to add two more that's trying to be copycats, because, you know, just like the guy that was doing the shooting spree, we had another one to come behind him to do the same thing. So I just don't get it. But we got to wrap our time up. It's about 8 o'clock. Don't y'all forget to go see my guy down at Yep Car Wash off of Airways in Winchester. Go see him. I'm telling y'all, he got a food truck that is phenomenal. The food is good. It's delicious. You have to go see him, as well as get your car wash. They do a great job inside and out. Okay? So, thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. It's been a wonderful Monday. Also, I have to let you know, on last week, the lights were out in the Whitehaven area, and the internet was out. So we have to, I couldn't do the show on last week. It just came back on today. So I was able to do the show. So I'm glad y'all tuned in. And Terry, thank you so much for tuning in and calling in tonight. So everybody,
Thank you for having me.
yeah, no problem. I really appreciate you calling in. And have a wonderful evening. Thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. And bye for now.
Good night.
Good night.